Here on the bow of the boat in the two front forecastles underneath your feet. Up here on the top deck, you'll find them on either side of our captain's wheelhouse. Cigarettes, no cigars, none of those green left-handed cigarettes, none of all that's legal here in Canada. That includes any type of vaping products, my friends. No smoking on board this boat whatsoever. Now our chairs. These red ones especially, guys, and everybody's sitting in here today. Please remember they are made of plastic and not lazy for a decline. We can keep the weight a little forward on the chairs, that would be great. Like I said, they're plastic. If push back too far, they will on the seat. We'll meet out on the sides of this vessel the railing or standing on any of the rope. National Park, it began right here, more than 50 years ago, when provincial geologist at the time, Mr. David Baird, Labrador Premier at the time, Mr. Joey Smallwood, for a park on the west coast of Newfoundland. Now, he's seen Western Brook Pond, and in these craggy old walls, well, he saw the story of the mountains. Now, the park today, it envelops 1,805 square kilometers of the Gulf of St. Lawrence lowlands, as well as the long-range mountains. Earth movements of water pure and clean, and the life that it supports. Now, the lofty cliffs that you do see ahead here, they actually mark the front of a long-range escarpment. And in the days before electronic navigation, these cliffs, they were used by sailors and fishermen out to sea as landmarks. And on a clear day, much like today, they can be seen as far away as 48 kilometers, or about 30 miles. And now, my friends, since most everybody walked in here today, let's get one of our most common questions out of the way early. How did we get these boats in here. Well, the vessel you're on right now, this is the Westbrook 1. This is the newest and the biggest boat in our fleet. This vessel right here, it was brought in several separate pieces over the bog you see over here to your right. Now, it was done in the winter time to prevent from doing any damage to the plants, animals, and wildlife that live on that there bog. But now our sister ship, the Westbrook 2, that's the vessel there directly in front of us. This one has a bit of a different story. Now, it was also brought in several separate pieces, but we didn't have enough snow or ice to support the weight of a boat that size the year we did put it into service. So the separate pieces for our sister ship up right here, they were actually flown in by a heavy lift helicopter out of Halifax and flown to our boathouse that you can see over here now on the right hand side of the pond. This building back here on the beach with the white door, that is our boathouse. Now, that's where our vessels were assembled. That's where we do maintenance.
If you look ahead of us, you will see a small sheltered harbor with a short sandy beach. This is called Snug Harbor, and it was used by local hunters, trappers, and fishermen years ago as a place of shelter from the fearful easterly or southeasterly winds, which can often reach gale force here during the fall season. The hunters were seeking moose, caribou, and a variety of waterfowl for their winter food stores. The trappers sought fox, weasel, beaver, and marten. Meanwhile, the fishermen fished the brook as well as the pond itself for salmon, trout, wanamish, which is a landlocked salmon, as well as Arctic char.
Now, my friends, although often called a fjord, Western Brook Pond is no longer a true fjord. Now, that is because it is filled with fresh water and not salt. Now, the lofty cliffs here that do surround this pond, they are a typical U-shaped profile of a glacier carved valley. And over the past 2.5 million years, glaciers have came down these valley walls more than 40 times. And as the ice melted through fjord up until about 9,000 years ago. Now that is when the natural rebounding of the earth came back up and cut this pond off from the sea once more. Now, the surface of our pond is about 100 feet or 30 meters above sea level. And like I said, this was once a saltwater inlet. Now, we do know this because evidence of beach gravel, seashells, and even some whale bones were found in here. So anybody whale watching, you're about 9,000 years too late. You missed it by that much. Now, my friends, we get asked a lot of questions about all the dead trees you're seeing here on the left-hand side of the boat. And what exactly happened over here? Well, have you seen the Newfoundland news at all the last few years here in the province? Now, we get asked, is this some type of bug or worm or beetle? Well, no, my friends, that's not what happened over here. What you're seeing on the left-hand side of the boat, this is actually moose damage. Now, this goes to show you what a moose can do to an area in a very short amount of time. Because a moose can actually strip all of the leaves off of the trees. Therefore, the tree dies. Clear cut or devastate an area in a very short amount of time. But now, this also goes to show us there's absolutely no lack of wildlife here in Western Brook Pond. We certainly do have moose, we have black bear, we have caribou, we have skipper ridge. Now, anybody sees any wildlife, make sure you let us know so we can stop the boat and we'll point them out to everybody.
Although 60% of Western Brook Pond is actually below sea level, it contains only fresh water. It is deep, clear, and pristine. The deepest part of the lake is about 174 meters, or 575 feet. Now, to illustrate just how pure the water is here, I'm going to tell you a short story. When the park staff were testing the water pump back in the waiting area, the pump had a problem detecting when the tank was full, so therefore it overflowed. At first, it was thought that the problem was most likely a malfunctioning sensor, but it was later discovered that the sensor didn't realize it was actually pumping water. This is because the sensor was designed to be triggered by electrical conductivity of the water, but the level of dissolved minerals, or ions, in the water here was so low that the water would not conduct electricity. Biologists call this an ultra-oligotrophic lake, and what this simply means is that the water here has very few nutrients and is not very productive. And because of those low nutrient levels, Western Brook Pond supports fewer plants and animals than most other lakes of comparable size. Now, that's not to say there's absolutely no fish in here. We do have all of the species of fish that were mentioned back at Snug Harbor, but you won't find the volume or density of fish that you would find in other lakes of this size.
Another great opportunity to answer another fairly common question we do get here in Western Brook Pond. Is there any type of rock climbing allowed in here? Well, my friends, the answer is no, and there's three big reasons. The first reason being, it is absolutely crazy. The second reason being, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Therefore, we want to keep this as protected and pristine as you see it here today. Now, the last reason being, this is actually a metamorphic form of granite and a little bit more brittle. So if a climber was here and anchored onto the face and fell, it's not guaranteed that it would hold the weight. Therefore, it's too dangerous. So they do not allow any type of rock climbing here in Western Brook Pond. Anybody want to give it a go? No? Not good, you're good. Alright, my friends, so I've been asked now a few times about the black strip you're seeing here directly off the front of the boat. Now, not in the commentary, but I can tell you what you're looking at over here if you look to know. This black strip, first off, the white rock around it, that is still the granitic gneiss you see everywhere else, that metamorphic form of granite. This is natural color recently exposed. This only slid in 2010, exposing that black strip, which is known as a diabase dike. It almost looks like a ladder going up the mountain. Now this was formed during the breakup of the ancient supercontinent around 650 million years ago. Now, as the Earth began to move and form and shift, that pressure forced lava up through these here rock faces. It poured out through the top, ran down over, filling in any crevices, acting like a natural caulking compound. Now, diabase being volcanic, it is softer than the granitic gneiss you see around it, so it erodes quicker. And that's what caused that perfect vein, that black strip you see going up the mountain, my friends. And again, it is known as a diabase dike. We do got examples of older and deeper diabase dikes on the way back out, but for right now, my friends, anybody curious, that's what you're looking at right here. Now, my friends, you look over here right off the front of the boat. There it is, the beautiful Western Brook Pond, also known as my office. Party section, everybody good?
What's our boat capacity today? What's your boat?
This boat takes 99.
She takes 99. What's the capacity on this trip today? Oh, okay.
Oh, how many people's on board?
Yeah.
As we steam along here, we can get a closer look at the cliffs. At their highest point, they are approximately 700 meters, or 2,200 feet high. The rock itself is a granitic gneiss, and it's more than 1 billion years old. It's often referred to as the Grenville Basement Complex because it underlines all other rock types on the west coast of Newfoundland. In studying mountains, geologists have learned that the roots of a mountain can extend down to the earth, at least as deep as the height of the mountain itself. So at one time, these mountains may have been as high as the Himalayas, but now, all that remain are these ancient uplifted roots. The long-range mountains extend from Port aux Basques all the way to St. Anthony, and these are the northeastern portion of the Appalachian Mountains.
And now, my friends, as we do steam along here, as close as we do get to these cliffs, there's no need to worry, my friends. We still have approximately 300 feet of water beneath our boat right here. And anybody curious for these horizontal lines you see going up the mountain here, this is actually scarring left over from the 40-plus glaciers that did come on down through here and carve out this valley. But even as a tour guide, it blows my mind to see these trees just growing out of that hard rock. Because if I put those in my backyard, they wouldn't stand a chance. And there they are. I tried to grow tomatoes one time. Brutal.
Dala dali.
The blue cast that can sometimes be seen on the water's surface when the sun's rays strike the water here at a certain angle. Not to worry, folks. The captain will be turning the boat so everyone can get a view.
Like we said, my friends, our good Captain Red is going to bring us in a bit closer here to Blue Dam. If anybody wants to try this in a barrel, just let us know. We got a few available. They smell like codfish, but we got barrels. Give this skipper a hand. That's some fancy boat operating, skipper. Can you believe it's Red to second that? Hard to believe. Hard to believe.
Second.
Now, if I could direct your attention to the opposite side of the pond, you will see a large U-shaped or bowl-shaped valley. This is a perfect example of what's called a hanging valley. The Western Brook Glacier carving out a smaller valley that now appears to be hanging in midair. This gives us an idea of what the fjord would look like without water. You'll notice the steep sides, the deep center, the typical U-shaped profile of a glacial carved valley.
Buba, no?
Guys on the wheel.
Yeah, good spot, eh?
Yeah. But
Starts this Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yes, my friend. And now, my friends, if I can get your attention over here to the left-hand side of the boat, you're going to see our most famous rock slide. Now, this rock slide right here, this occurred on June 17th, 1994, at exactly 1:45 p.m. And now, the reason that we do know the exact date and time of this rock slide is because our boat, the Westbrook 3, was just back there by Blue Denim Falls when all that rock came crashing down. Now, there was a huge cloud of dust, a tremendous noise. We had approximately 25 people on board that day, and as you can imagine, they all needed brand new shorts by the time this was over with. Now, this didn't cause much of a disturbance or a wake in the pond, because it happened so far back into the mountain that this rock simply just let go and it slid down into the pond. But it did wipe away most of the vegetation, which you can now see is starting to grow back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a rock formation to try and point out to you, but it's going to require a bit of imagination on your part, so you'll have to bear with me for a minute.
Wow.
This face right here.
This rock formation is located out to the opposite side of the pond, just to the right of the boat.
see it.
Yeah,
The first thing
yeah.
you should notice are several large cracks or crevices that run the entire
Oh, got him, got him, doing.
One of these cracks,
Thanks.
just across from our boat, appears to split to the right-hand side of the crack. You should see a large pointed head. He's bald on one side with green hair or trees on the other. He has two sunken eyes, a piston-shaped nose, a mouth, and a large extended chin. Over the years, we've had people say that it looks like a lion's face or a tiger's face. But here at Western Brook Pond, he is simply referred to as the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
Got him over here? Because I tell you, he looks nothing like a Tin Man. Not at all.
No.
I'm gonna call him a rock. I'm gonna call him Dwayne now.
Kana may ba?
Yung kita mo.
I bring this. I've got it. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Masama.
Nice, nice, nice.
Nothing to it.
No, it's
Down the
okay.
front rows.
Pero meron ginapabakuha ng upaw ngayon. Sintro kayo.
Dili mo na upaw.
Nagitaas mo siya kaya, bro. Mamao na magnaom kung imong makita tanan. Oh, kanang right angle yun. Nalagi murag mist ang hangin, no? Nay murag kon isik. Wanay lamok.
Walay bags diri. Yan.
Nalagi nga jacket ah.
Dito check ko kayo sa makuha ni mga tao kung may
Oh. Oh. Gani, ay nakay subject mo. Gani. Naul. Naul. That's alright.
Don't mind me leaning over you.
It's alright. Be careful though, be careful. palibot. Careful guys. Dali na. Pasod na tanong. Init pa ni kayo, di tagadahan. May?
Alright, so now my friends, if I can get your attention over here to the right-hand side of the boat, you're going to see our tallest point here in Western Brook Pond. Now, this big mountain out to your right, it looks like there's a chunk or a cavity missing. This is what's known as Broke Off Cliff. And I got a story about Broke Off Cliff on the way back out and exactly how it did get its name. But a little side note, because it's hard to tell how tall this really is. We use a lot of numbers, but there's no scale here to compare it to. So let me ask, who on board has ever been in Toronto? All right, the whole boat, perfect. Now, if you've ever been in Toronto, you're going to know that the CN Tower is one of the tallest freestanding structures you'll find anywhere on planet Earth. Now, the CN Tower comes in at approximately 550 meters tall. It's pretty tall. Broke Off Cliff right here, my friends, this actually comes in at 700 meters tall.
Wow.
So that mountain right there is approximately 150 meters taller than the CN Tower in Toronto. But like we said, it certainly don't look that way with everything around it almost as tall. In fact, the rotating restaurant is going in next weekend, right up there. All you can eat Jig's dinners every Sunday. It'd be perfect.
Sa music ni Magdao. Kuhaan naman ang imo pa. Yan eh. Kaya yung init po ni kayo, ang glare ano eh. Sipo na ka? Ha? Oh. Oh. Days biya.
Now folks, if you look up over here on the left, high in the mountain, you will see another beautiful waterfall flowing gently down the smooth rock incline. This is called Woody Pond Falls, and it begins its descent at about 600 meters, or 1,900 feet above us.
pagbalik ani dili na ta mag-video, enjoy na ta sa view.
Asa na itong mag-hike? Nang di ko
Dito sila ibilin
sa ibilin.
kanang days na mag-hike.
Now, for those of you who had a little trouble finding the Tin Man earlier, not to worry, because I have another rock formation to point out to you now. And this one's a little easier to find. This rock formation is called the Old Man in the Mountain, and once again, he's located out to the opposite side of the pond, to our right, and just slightly ahead of the boat. If you look right along the mountain's edge, you should see the side profile or silhouette of a man's face. You should see the forehead, the eyebrow, the eyelid, the large nose, lips, and chin. He's kind of laid back looking in over the fjord, and the approximate age of the old man
Lagi,
is
ako ra
about
ng linginan.
650 million years old.
Katubang siya sa langit ba?
Hmm. Tugnaw ganing gyapon mo sa jacket mo.
Yeah, right. That's the Discovery Channel one, Nathan and Trey. Shoot that in there. See you, my friend? Good. Yeah, perfect. You got this one?
Yeah, I got it.
Down the front row. Yeah, no problem.
Ang Norway may mga horani may. Nice nga still. Mas nindot ni. Mas dako manik sensor. Taas mo kayong upaw may no? Sibaw, di ba?
Pero kung dito may na, ina
Lain tanaw ng lain ang render sa imong video nang sa zoom nimo.
Di ako dito gamay na gamay. Mawala rin siya di siya makuha sa akin. Kaya dyan ako 1.3, 1.4.
Tanawa ko ah. Kita gid siya eh.
Sige lang may dapat dito may
Active tracker. Ako nang gikuan video man nag-discuss sila. Yan.
If you look off to the right side of the boat, you will see another waterfall pouring off the high ledge of the plateau. This waterfall is called White Point Falls. These falls vary in volume, depending on how much rain or snowmelt we have at any given time. This waterfall, like all others in the area, is actually insignificant in supplying water to the pond. For its size, Western Brook Pond has very little inflow, and the only inlet from the pond is Western Brook. Now, to give you some idea of just how little water enters or leaves the pond, it would take approximately 15 years to flush itself completely. Meanwhile, most similar-sized lakes would flush or renew their water 6 to 8 times per year.
Asan? Asan bit kani? Okay. Dito sa ibilin. Ano ba kayo mo hike sa nang ba na?
And now, my friends, you look up over here on the right-hand side of the boat, flowing out the high ledge of that plateau. You're going to see another waterfall up here. Now, this waterfall out here, right, it does have a little bit of a different name to it.
Muna yung nagtatag
And I can assure you, us here in Western Brook Pond had absolutely nothing to do with naming any waterfalls you see in here today. This waterfall right here, my friends, is known as Pissing Mare Falls. This is actually the tallest freshwater free-flowing waterfall you'll find anywhere in eastern North America, coming in at about 2,200 feet high. Everybody wave to Westbrook 2. Hello, Westbrook 2.
Yay!
Hey! And now, my friends, from the dock we left to this small dock you see over here on the left-hand side of the boat, we've traveled some 16 and a half kilometers, or 10 miles. Now, this small dock you see right here, this is actually our drop-off point.
Still
So everybody kept that other half of their blue ticket we gave them back, right? You got yours there, my friends? We just gotta check. Of course, we're kidding. Now, this is our drop-off point, but for experienced hikers who want to do the long-range traverse, a 35-kilometer, 3 to 5 day trek from here to the base of Gros Morne Mountain. Now, keep in mind, there is absolutely no marked trails, so map and compass skills are most definitely essential. Now, we can't drop off as anybody here. You've got to have a backcountry permit from Parks Canada or hire a licensed guide. 3 to 5 days in the backwoods with just a compass and lots and lots and lots of flies. Who wants to go?
No, not me.
Just me, I go in a heartbeat. Skipper, can I get 3 to 5 days off to go do the long range traverse?
No.
What, you? I don't think so. You got a job to find where you live every day. I suggest you stay home.
Oh, well, looks like I'm staying. All right, my friends, we are about to turn around the boat, which means we're going to hit our own wake. So we're going to bump a little bit for the next 20 seconds. If you are standing, great idea to have a hand for you and a hand for the boat. We don't want anyone to trip and fall here, my friend.
Kanina yung famous na photograph area mo. Yeah. May kaniya still. Careful.
Now, my friends, some of you may have seen that.
We won't mention him in that.
May mist, no? Murag wala na tayo baterya na pang table lands. Na, nawa ko. Pali, di mong kalo ha?